welcome, Devil Sniper here, and today I'm bringing you episode number 34 of our career mode with West Ham United, and as you can see, it is going to be a mammoth episode, and I better apologise for the way I sound. I've been quite ill for about around 4 or 5 days now. It's not getting any better, so I thought, do you know what, I've got to crack on, I've got to do it, I need to get the video out. We had a bit of editing issues, which was unforeseen. Basically what happened with episode 44, it was going to be like a two-parter, but all the videos got mixed up. It wasn't my daughter's fault. She was doing what she thought was right, and yeah, it just got a bit mixed up. So we sat down and redone this and decided to do it as a massive episode. But it has been delayed clearly because of my illness, and today's probably the best I've sounded for a long time. So you're going to have to bear with us. I wanted to get it out because otherwise it will be delayed probably for another week, and that's not fair to man nor beast. So hopefully you'll still enjoy this. It will cover quite a few games, and after the games it will cover the transfer as Zaza. What a strike. What a wonder strike from Zaza. I want to get really, really happy with that goal, but I just can't because my voice will literally die on me. But that was an absolutely... it was a perler. It was simply a perler, a left foot rocket into that top corner, and celebrating in front of the fans was absolutely brilliant. Getting up on the hoardings was fantastic. So as I say, this one will contain the remainder of the transfer window, so you'll see who we buy, and it will also cover all the remaining games in the month, which is fantastic. I think we've got 3 or 4 games to get in this episode, but as I say, a great start to the Middlesbrough game, going 1-0 up with that strike from Zaza, but Middlesbrough really were a dogged side. Great save from Randolph there, we cause ourselves problems as normal. As you know, we're not very good defensively. We cause ourselves a lot of problems. A great ball in. Zaza with the header, and it just goes wide. He's actually playing out of his skin, which is phenomenal. The season he's had, which has been pretty damn poor. It's nice to see him get on the score sheet and actually being involved as Pedro with a fantastic strike and a great save from the Middlesbrough keeper. And as we entered the 45th minute, a bit of a naughty challenge I felt there by Middlesbrough. We got the free kick. As you can see, Filippo does not look too impressed. We actually did get a free kick. It was given a throw, and I thought that was going to be a free kick, to be fair. It's been that long since I've watched the video or watched the actual content. So half-time came around, and it was Middlesbrough 0, West Ham 1. And Filippo looking a little bit confused there. I think he's got a little bit of dementia setting in. Not quite sure where he has to go to get off the pitch. Not the best of halves, to be fair. We had some good chances, but we just didn't take them. So I took off a couple of players. Definitely took off Dimitri Payet. Want to save his legs. Pedro came off. Slight injury. Hopefully that's nothing to worry about. And of course we brought Lanzini on, who is fantastic. Hopefully he can start developing and marking down his own place as Oxford with an absolute wonder strike. This kid seems to be able to pull out wonder strikes for pure and utter fun. Absolute screamer from Oxford. The boy is just, I love him. I think he's a fantastic centre-back. I'm not sure if he's going to stay as a centre-back or if he's going to maraud forward into that CDM role, but at a centre-back, he comes forward and look at that. One touch, bang. The keeper had absolutely no chance to save that. It was just an absolute delight to watch. Oh, that is a beaut. That is a beaut. Every goal he scores is either really, really important to us. He's kept us in cup games, or he just manages to come up with strikes from outside the box, which is just phenomenal. But we continue to attack. Fernandes getting into the box. Nice ball to the back post. Zaza with the header onto the post, and then he manages to slot it home for his second of the game and West Ham's third. Beautiful ball to the back post by Fernandes. Great play by Zaza, pulling off the defender, making that bit of space. Got a little bit lucky with the rebound. Think it should have gone in first time. But Fabio caused his goalkeeper all sorts of troubles by coming in and sliding in the way he did. So I was quite happy with the 3 goals, especially up to 70 minutes, but I still wanted the boys to push forward and, you know, capitalise on what had been a really good attacking game. Lanzini picking up the ball, plays it inside to Zaza. Zaza on his left foot, plays it into Oxford, I think it was, plays the 1-2, and Zaza is in for his first hat-trick at the club. What an unbelievable game he had. He was absolutely everywhere up front. He was here, he was there, and he actually managed to score 3 goals. He runs over to, of course, Filippo Bonaperti to give him a hug. That is a big 3 goals. Hopefully this will be the start of Zaza's season. I know we're coming up to the end of January, which is a shame to say. Hopefully it's the start of his season, but he hasn't been good all season. He's been pretty anonymous for most of the season, but this was just a delight. A fantastic 1-2 and a fantastic finish in the end. I think it was Fernandez. My apologies, I might have said Reece Oxford. It was Fernandez he played the 1-2 with. But Middlesbrough, in all respect to Middlesbrough, they played really well. They were quite a dogged little outfit. We just had too much for them on the day. And to be honest, we should have scored at least another 3 goals. We had some decent chances. We didn't execute them. But to come away with a 4-0 victory and to come away with Zaza on a hat-trick and picking up the match ball was just absolutely fantastic and really did finish the day off in style for me personally anyway. And there we go. Look at Zaza going over to the ref, picking up the match ball. 5 shots, 3 goals. Absolutely fantastic play from Simone Zaza. Hopefully that will, as I've said before, will kick his season off. Hopefully he will now kick on and go and score us some more goals. Hopefully some important goals. Hopefully some big goals, because we've got a lot of big games coming up. A lot of big matches in the league coming up. And hopefully he will do us the business. So, Andreas Kubis, I think he's a fantastic little player, and I'm going to offer £4 million for him, which, to be honest, a 20-year-old is an absolute bargain. And I want to get in there before they offer him the new contract. But they come back and say, no. Boca wants £6.5 million, which, to be fair, he has great potential. He could be a little superstar. I don't believe if we do sign him, he's going to play a huge amount of games for the remainder of this season. He's more for next season and building a team around him, because he is a good young player. We receive an offer for Adrian. As you know, Adrian will be leaving the club. It's Manchester City with what only can be described as a shambolic offer. 4.8 million is an absolute joke. The guy's worth 10 mil. And to be fair, on his day, he's easily one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. So obviously I countered. I want as much money as I can physically get without taking the mick, especially what happened with Kare. I don't want that to happen all over again. So as you can see, we get to speak to Cubis. We get to offer him a contract. And to be fair, 20 grand is not a great deal of money whatsoever in any way, shape or form. We give him the 4-year deal, which is perfect from my point of view. Signing a player for 4 years is absolutely fantastic. We're not going to offer him the squad role. See if he accepts that. If he accepts that, that's even better. So hopefully that will come back with a positive. And of course, City come back and say, no, we've reviewed the price tag you've set for Adrian, and we do not believe he is worth that much, says the team that has Claudio Bravo in goal. Come on, really? So the next match is the EFL Cup against Everton. A big one at Goodison Park. We have the 1-0 lead on aggregate. We hold that 1-0 lead. Aston Villa are done and dusted and into the final from the looks of it. Their 4-1 victory over Brighton. I can't see Brighton coming back from that. So if we do get through and beat Everton or hold on to our 1-0 lead, then we will be playing Aston Villa in the EFL Cup final, which that's a big game. But I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. That's still a long way away. As you can see, Zaza will be on the bench for this game. Even though he had that fantastic game, I don't want to overplay him. He wasn't 100% fit. Picked up a slight knock and played through it. A little bit like Pedro. Picked up a slight knock early on against Middlesbrough. Made it to half-time. Thankfully, we took him off and it wasn't too serious, so I was quite happy with that. But he is being rested for the moment, as I don't want to overplay him. But Everton came out of the trap at 100 miles an hour, really gunning for us. Obviously, they want to go and get the goal, level up the tie. But thankfully, Randolph in the right place at the right time with a sensational, I would say simple save, but to me it's sensational because it keeps us in the game as Dimitri Payet picks up the ball, cuts inside onto his left foot, goes for the shot, but a great block by the Everton defenders, and it's Leighton Baines to get the ball clear. Ross Barkley in the centre of the park was causing a lot of problems. He lays it off to Lukaku. Lukaku coming deep, but look at the pace and power and passion of us as Dimitri Payet heads the ball, knocks it out to Noble. Noble cuts inside, gives the ball to Fletcher. Fletcher across to Nordvet. Nordvet with the strike into the top corner to give us a 1-0 lead on the evening. And to double our lead on aggregate was absolutely sensational. That is the biggest goal we've had in this career mode thus far. And it all came from our ability to high pressure Everton close them down quickly, get numbers around them and hit them hard on the counter-attack. It was absolutely beautiful. So we've doubled our lead in the 17th minute on aggregate and taken a 1-0 lead on the evening, which is brilliant. All we've got to do is defend astutely and keep ourselves cool, calm and collected as a ricochet shot from Lukaku goes flying over the bar for a corner. And we join it with Payet. Oh, my voice, my days. Do apologise. Payet for a free kick. Can he stick this one in the top bin? This would be an absolute beaut from at least 25-30 yards out. Payet with the free kick, and it's not what we hoped. Really, really was quite an awful free kick from Dimitri. Now, I know what he was trying to do, swing it into the far post and see if he can stick it in the top bin there, but he got it all wrong. But that would conclude the first half. Nordvet with the one goal, giving it in the 17th minute, making it Everton 0, West Ham 1. But more importantly, Everton 0, West Ham 2 on aggregate as Everton came bombing forward with Coleman, trying to cut inside, gets a nice little chip in, but the boys are stout. A deflected clearance comes out to McCarthy, into Lukaku, and Lukaku spoons the ball wide. That was the moment I feel that we knew that not only are Everton going to cause us lots of problems, but that was the moment they missed an absolute sitter from our point of view. The ball across the 6-yard box there was an absolute sitter for us as well. We really need to be getting numbers in there and getting on the end of it. But the counter-attack, Antonio looking to get into the box, being held back into the box, has the shot and a great save. Why he slid in there, I do not know. But Stecklenburg with an absolutely fantastic save, and Everton kept pushing numbers forward and it made it easy for us to hit on the counter-attack as Dimitri plays a delightful ball into Faguli. Faguli with the cross into Fletcher. Oh my god, my voice is going to give way. Oh my days, sorry about that. Into Fletcher. And Fletcher with a fantastic diving header in the 90th minute, which makes it 3-0 on aggregate, 2-0 on the evening, which is just absolutely sensational. Oh, my voice. What a diving header from the young man. He has such great potential. Hopefully he will live up to that potential. Hopefully he will become a firm fixture in the side. He's got goals in him. He's got to work on certain parts of his game, but he has got goals. Nonetheless, the referee did conclude the game, and we are going to be playing Aston Villa in the EFL Cup final, the first final of the season, the first possibility of silverware, meaningful silverware of the season. Obviously, we won the pre-season tournament, which is fantastic. It gave us a lot of money, and it is fantastic to win any title, but to have the possibility of winning the EFL Cup is just absolutely brilliant. So as you can see, we will be playing Aston Villa, and as I say, we shouldn't underestimate Villa. They've played some big teams to get there, and Andreas Kubas comes back and agrees a 4-year, 20 grand a week deal, which is absolutely fantastic. He has cost us £6.5 million, but I'll be honest, that is a snap. That's a snip, sorry, not a snap. That's an absolute snip of a deal for me personally. I feel that is fantastic. And Diafri Sacco, Mainz come in and offer £6 million for him. I do want to get rid of him, but I want some quiddage as well. I don't want to just get rid of him on the cheap. He's worth £7 million. To me personally, he's still got 3 to 5 years on his side, so I want at least £10 million. And the next player we're going to go for is Santiago Asxibar. Now, I'm going to call him Santiago because his second name, I can never pronounce it continuously right. Now, this young man, Santiago, is a phenomenon. If we can pick him up, I will be truly, truly, truly happy. He's such a good player. And again, we're sort of buying potential, which is a risky game. But I feel that bringing in Kubas and bringing in Santiago, I think it will be an astute deal. It'll be an astute piece of business and we'll reap the rewards from it. I feel next season we're going to see them two starting to come into the team, and I think there'll be big, big players for us. Well, that's the way I like to see it pan out. The next game we have is against Norwich City at Kare Road, and of course it's the Emirates FA Cup. Hopefully we won't make a meal of it like we did against Fulham and have to go to a replay, which, if I'm not mistaken, it was Reece Oxford who came up big against Fulham in the first game to take it to the replay. Hopefully we won't need him to do that today. Hopefully we won't need to go to a replay and we can beat them. But that's a decent side. That Norwich side is not a bad side. It's a side that you can't underestimate, to be fair. And hopefully we'll go hammer and tong at them. A bit of a change side, as you can see, but Zaza is back in the side, hoping to continue on that rich vein of form after getting a hat-trick against Middlesbrough. It'd be nice to see him get a couple today, or just on the score sheet, or more importantly, just have a good game, to be fair, and continue the way he worked and played in that first game against Middlesbrough would be sensational, as I say, for him. Really, hopefully it's the start of his season, because up until now it's been pretty dismal. As it is, Gökhan Töre with the ball cutting inside, looking to get forward, plays a delightful ball into Fernandes. Fernandes into the box, Fernandes into the top corner. That young man is an absolute revelation. A beautiful run from deep. To be fair, the ball from Gökhan Töre was absolutely sensational. Cutting in midfield, great through ball. Great control from Fernandes. He was cool, calm and collected onto his left foot and just stuck it into the top bin, giving the Norwich goalkeeper no chance whatsoever. As we pick it up with Pedro knocking it into Töre. Töre playing a beautiful ball into Arbeloa as he goes on the overlap. Arbeloa cuts inside. Nice piece of skill from Arbeloa, but unfortunately, excuse me, Norwich managed to pick up the ball and cut the play out. But that was beautiful play from Arbeloa, and the referee does conclude that first half, which sees West Ham with a 1-0 lead for Fernandes after 9 minutes. And I've got to say, Arbeloa, for me, has been really good this season. He has been an absolutely solid right back. I'm really disappointed that with the performances he's put in, that his statistics are dropping quicker than the Titanic. It's really unfair, because he has been absolutely fantastic. As Zaza breaks into the box, has the shot and scores the second goal of the game, and scores his 4th goal in his second game. In his last 2 games. What a beautiful strike. That is a man who is showing confidence. The run was there. The control was there. The strike was there. Hopefully, keep fit, Zaza. Keep continuing like this, and we could seriously put in one hell of a final run in the Premier League season, and hopefully going into the EFL Cup final, Zaza could be the man to lead us to our first glory. But it was Norwich playing some delightful football, and they managed to score a delightful goal, to be fair. We gave him too much time and space there. I've always said that I think Collins has a mistake in him, and Collins got himself a little bit out of position there. He just went across to try and contain Jerome. It left a gaping hole. Oxford didn't push across due to his inexperience, and that's what led to a very simple goal for Norwich, which is a great shame. But Zaza into the box, playing beautifully onto his right foot. Great tackle. And unfortunately, Zaza looks like he's picked up a slight injury there. It was a fantastically timed tackle there by the Norwich defender. Absolutely beautiful. Just as he was about to pull the trigger and fire it into the bottom corner. I say fire into the bottom corner. I'm only speculating, but of course he would have finished it. It was on his strongest foot, but that was a hell of a perfectly timed tackled. And he went down quite hard on his... It looks like he went down on his knee. It could be a possible ankle injury. So we make the substitution. We bring Diafri Sakho on, and we have to take Zaza off. But that was all that was left in the game. Why the referee didn't blow the final whistle when the player went down, I don't know. But we managed to get through against Norwich in the FA Cup with a 2-1 scoreline. Johnny Howson in the 68th minute pulled the game back for Norwich, but they never really threatened other than that. And as you can see, Simone Zaza has suffered a sprained ankle and will be out for 4 weeks, which is really disappointing. It basically means he's going to be out for about 5 to 6 weeks by the time he gets his fitness levels back. And that is really disappointing, to say the least. Arsenal come in for Adrian and offer us 8.5 million. As I say, he's worth 10 mil. I want at least 15 mil. I'll settle for 14.5. I'll be honest, I'll go as low as about 12 or 11. But I want to make some profit on him, and I'm really disappointed with the whole Chiarte situation. So I need to get some money from a player from somewhere to try and recoup the fact that we only got 5 mil for him. Ashley Fletcher, is he going to go to Cologne? No. Let's not be stupid. We're not selling Ashley Fletcher in any way, shape or form. The boy is fantastic. We have reviewed your price tag for Diafri Sakho and basically said, no, which is a little bit disappointing. Estudiantes comes back and says, you can have Santiago, but you need to give us 4.3 million quid, which, to be fair, is an absolute snip. 4.3 mil is an absolute bargain. It's about $10 million, basically, they want. $10 to $11 million, which is fine. I'm happy to pay $10 to $11 million. That's brilliant. 4.3 mil, I'll take that all day. Of course, Arsenal come back, and yet again, we get another. We don't believe he's worth that much on the price tag. He is worth that much. On his day, he's worth probably double that. I'm not sure why Arsenal will come into it for him. They have got Ospina and, of course, Petr Cech. They've got some quality goalkeepers, and Adrian would only complement them, to be fair, and probably would push Petr Cech for a starting position. As we move into our next game, which is against Manchester City. I believe this is the final game of the episode, which is not too bad because my voice is absolutely dying on me. But as I say, I wanted to get this video out. I wanted to get it done, otherwise it will just be delayed and delayed and delayed, and I don't want to delay it. I want to get it out, get it sorted. Oh wow, that's a strong team. They've got Lucas, I forgot they've got Lucas, which... that's a scary, scary side. Sterling, Aguero and Lucas. The PSG Lucas, that is, as well. Or was Paris Saint-Germain Lucas. He's now obviously at Manchester City. But that is a scary, scary team. As Sterling, look at Sterling showing his strength there. Holding off Winnie Reid with ease. Great ball in. Randolph with the fist out. Comes back in. And thankfully, Lucas doesn't put it past Randolph. But Randolph is, for me, the best keeper in the league. As the shot comes in, he wouldn't have stood a chance if that was on target from Fernandinho. Absolutely brilliant. But as you can see, we have kept Aguero in the back pocket of Winnie Reid and Ogbonna. 41 minutes and he's done absolutely nothing, which is the way we want to keep it. As Sterling picks the ball up into Gundogan, but the shot is struck and it goes wide. And that will conclude the first half, which was not an exciting half by any stretch of the imagination. It didn't see us doing any attacking whatsoever. City really were all over us, but I'll take 0-0 at half-time, to be honest. City are a strong, strong side, and they're very, very good going forward. They're a complete handful as Aguero swings the ball in, but great defending there. Absolutely great defending from Arthur for once. Not letting us down as Winnie Reid comes across. Look at the power and pace of Lucas, just holding off Winnie Reid with ease. Swings the cross in. Randolph makes a bit of a meal with it. Arthur managed to get the header. God knows why Randolph make a bit of a meal of it there, but I'm pretty sure if he didn't save it, it probably would have nestled. So I have to thank him for the save as the ball's fed through into Feghouli. Feghouli with that right shot. Feghouli into the bottom corner against the run of play. We have not been in the game in any way, shape or form. We have been literally camped in our own half, just holding them back, just trying to contain them, just trying to keep Aguero quiet, just trying to keep Sterling quiet, just trying to keep De Bruyne quiet. And we managed to hit them on a nice little counter-attack. And Feghouli with that devilish right foot and that devilish cross shot that he's been known for this season was fantastic to give us a 1-0 lead in the 65th minute. It truly was a wonderful, wonderful goal from Feghouli, and such is the way we have addressed Aguero today. They've taken Aguero off. We bring on Ashley Fletcher, and Nordvet, and Kubas comes on, and you can see Kubas on the ball playing a delightful ball forward worth every penny of that 6.5 mil we paid for him as the ball comes into Sacco, who has an opportunity to wrap the game up. Unfortunately, he doesn't. It was a good save from the Manchester City keeper. But we do win a throw-in just with a few moments to go in the game. Feghouli with the ball, throws it into Kubas. Kubas with time, Kubas with space, and the referee blows that final whistle. That is an absolutely massive, massive, massive 3 points against Manchester City. The man of the match against Middlesbrough, without a shadow of a doubt, was Simone Zaza. 12 passes, 94% accuracy, 2 from 3 tackles, shots 5 from 7. I think Binns has got that wrong. He had 5 shots with 3 on target. Bless her cotton socks. And he scored the 3 goals. Ashley Fletcher was man of the match against Everton. I really felt he was fantastic. He done a great job, and that diving header at the end to wrap the game up in the last moment was fantastic. And he deserves man of the match. This young man has got a big future, and a big future at the club. He really will be a sensation. And Simone Zaza picks up man of the match against Norwich. He unfortunately goes off injured. 13 passes, all 100% accuracy, 3 from 5 tackles, 3 from 4 shots, and he did score 1 goal, which was absolutely fantastic. It was great movement for the goal and a great strike, a really classy finish from the Italian. And it's a shame that he picked up the injury. Against Manchester City, we had no right to nick the 3 points, but we did nick the 3 points. And of course, for that reason, Feghouli has to be man of the match. He's had an amazing season. He has pretty much been player of the season alongside Dimitri Payet. And probably the most unsung hero has to be Randolph, who probably could be an outside contender for player of the season. Hasn't picked up too many man of the matches, which is quite good. You don't want your goalkeeper picking up man of the match awards, to be fair. So we have 10 hours left in the transfer window. As you know, we have signed Kubas, and we are closing in on Santiago. And as you can see, Carvalho has gone to Liverpool for 41.5 million. Icardi, who I would have liked to have had an approach for, has gone to Chelsea for 39.5 million. Martinez has left Bayern Munich and gone to Barcelona for 30.5 million pounds. Some really massive transfers there. The big one for me, though, was the Icardi deal. I would have really liked to brought the Argentinian to the club. I think he could have done. He could have been a fantastic player for us. But as it is, Chelsea have got the deep pockets and have forked out the 39.5 million pounds for an absolute fantastic player, in my opinion. Oh, my voice. Do apologise. So, the player we will be looking to bring in as a striker, of course, is Raul Jimenez. This man is a sensation. He's 25 years old. There's a few things going for him and a few going against him. I'll be honest. He's not going to bag you 25 to 30 goals a season. He's probably not going to bag you 20 goals a season. He's going to get you between 10 to, say, 18 goals a season, which is perfect because he's a target man. He'll create goals as well. In assists, I reckon you could say he'd be involved in about 30 to 40 goals in a season, which is perfect. We're going back to Santiago. Going to offer him a 4-year contract, 8,000 a week, which is just a snip. It's a ridiculous snip. Hopefully he'll sign that and come to the club. We go back to Benfica, who say they want 17.5 million. To be fair, we have got deep pockets as it stands, and we're going to go with the 17.5 million. Hopefully that will wrap up the deal, and then we will be done in the transfer window. And we'll save the major signings for the summer. We should be, we can make some changes in the summer. I don't want to make too many changes because I feel we'll lose the credibility of the career mode by bringing in too many players. But we will be offering a 3-year deal on 20 grand a week, and we will give him a squad role of important. Hopefully that will be enough to secure Raul Jimenez. Santiago comes back and basically wants a squad role. So we're going to give him some more money. We're going to give him the 8 grand a week he wants. We're going to give him the 4-year bonus, 4-year contract length, and we're going to change him to squad rotation. He's 19 years old. That's pretty much the best he can hope for. Hopefully that will be enough, and he will secure the signature. Well, we will secure the signature. I do apologise. We will secure the signature of the young man. But Jimenez comes back and says, I reviewed your contract with my agent and I can't agree your conditions because I love living here and I do not want to relocate. I can understand to agree why he doesn't want to relocate, because he came from Club America. He went to Atletico Madrid. He was farmed out on loan. He's then signed for Benfica. So he hasn't really had a chance to put roots down. So I can understand that. But hopefully if we increase his wages or his squad role, that will be enough to see the young man come to West Ham and hopefully be the start of a fantastic journey. So he increases wages to 25 grand a week. We're going to make him crucial. It's a big risk to make him crucial a really, really big risk. But Zaza is out injured, so essentially he is going to be our main focal point as a striker. So hopefully it'll be enough, and it will be enough, which is fantastic. So we did secure the sign of Santiago. I was gobbing off about Raul Jimenez. If you didn't see that, we did secure the signature of Santiago, and we did secure the signature of Raul Jimenez, which is absolutely fantastic. It's just a real shame that we couldn't have had a crack at Icardi, but the sort of money that Chelsea paid out for him and his wages were just a little bit more than what I would like to play. But you can see in the top right corner, that is the big transfer. Mesut Ozil has left Arsenal and gone to Barcelona for 62.5 million quid. Liverpool come in with 12.5 million. As I said, the lowest I would go for was 11. They came in with a realistic 12.5 million, which will see Adrian leave the club as long as he can agree terms and conditions with Liverpool, which will be fantastic if he does, and he does. And we get £10 million from that deal. So Adrian has left the club as I said he would. We won't stand for his sort of antics and the way he's treated the club and the way he's treated the fans. Along with that, as you know, Kare left the club, which was a great shame, but he couldn't settle and wanted to go. So in the end, he just had to go, which, as I say, was an absolute great shame because he was a great player. But the only disappointment with that deal is the fact we didn't get a lot of money for him. And all you can also see, Manchester City have won the race for Kyle Walker, which is just unbelievable. Liverpool also bought in Rafinha. As you can see, it was Lucas and Kyle Walker going to Manchester City. I mean, that's two massive players, to be fair. Absolutely massive players. As we know, we let Andy Carroll go. He went to Stoke City for 11.5 million. So we've done some really good business in this transfer window. We've got rid of some players that we needed to get rid of. We've made some good money. I think we've recouped sort of 20... 38, 40, about 40.5, maybe 50 million if you round it up, of players going out. And we've only spent, what did we spend? We spent 17, call that 21, 26, 27, about 28 million quid, which is fantastic. So we've basically made about 20 million quid's profit on our transfers, which I think is pretty decent, to be honest, and hopefully you'll agree. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Really do apologise about my voice. And in the next episode, we will pick it up with Southampton.